Hello students, today we will do a new poem of your literature book, The Ball Poem, written by John Berryman. The theme of this poem is that a human being is born. In this world, he goes through many stages of life, and while doing so, many things are lost in between. We travel from one stage, from childhood to adulthood to old age, then people die. So there are many stages in human life, and during this journey we lose many things, materialistic relationship, but we must not be upset over them. We must not cry for them, and we must learn to move on in life instead of wasting our time and regretting over the loss. We must accept the loss and we must move on in life. This is the idea, this is the theme of this poem. Now we will try to understand the poem in detail. As the heading itself says, the ball poem. So the main thing in this poem is the ball, which signifies the childhood in this poem. Okay. So what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. So the poet is asking what the boy will do now. Which boy? The boy who has lost his ball. Okay, the boy who has lost the ball. What he will do now? Again he is asking the question that what the boy will do now who has just lost his ball. The poet saw the ball merrily bouncing. The ball was bouncing down the street, and then it went into the water. There was a harbor where the ships are present. So in that water the ball went inside. Okay. So the ball was merrily bouncing. Here merrily means happily bouncing. Okay, jumping. The ball was jumping and it went into the water. Here is a poetic device, merrily bouncing, because we know that ball is a materialistic thing, but merrily word means happily. So can you just imagine the ball happily jumping and going into the street. So here a literary device, poetic device has been used, that is personification. Means the ball is, even though materialistic, but still it is treated as if a person who is happily going. Okay, the ball is happily jumping and going inside the water. Now the fifth line. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now the poem is as the poet is saying, there is no need, there is no use of saying that there are other balls. What happened if this ball of the boy has been into the water? So there are many balls, other balls in this world. So you should not grieve. But there is no use of saying this. Why? Because the boy is so upset after losing his ball that he is not going to accept all these learnings from the poet. He is so attached with this ball that he is thinking only about this ball. He is nowhere in he don't want to understand what there are other balls also in this world, because he is closely attached with his ball. As you all know that in your childhood, even now, all of you are attached to some of your toys, some of your things very deeply. even though there may be your personal ball, your personal doll, other toys, you are very attached with this. If someone takes it, you feel very bad, even though someone says that you will be given a better than the one which you are having, but still you will not like to get the other one. Why? Because you are attached with your own personal toys. Similarly, the boy is closely similarly attached with this ball. So even though if the poet would want to teach him that you should not be upset over losing this ball, there are many other balls also in this world, but there is no use of saying this by the poet right now, because the boy is so upset about losing his personal ball, his ball with whom he is closely attached. Is it clear? The boy is completely grieved. He is very, very upset. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Means the boy is shaken by grief, sorrow. Okay, completely he is in sorrowful mood, and he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. When the ball was moving into the water, the boy is very upset, and he was standing rigid. Rigid means without moving. Trembling means shaking. Staring down means looking down. Where he was looking? He was looking at the ball which was going into the water. He was trembling. Why was he trembling? Because he was upset that he is going to lose his ball. So, okay. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. He was very upset watching the ball going into the harbor. Harbor, you all know, where ships are there present, and where they are kept, and there are water. Okay, so the ball went into the water, into the harbor. So the boy is, in this line there is a deep meaning. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. So all his young days went into the harbor. All his young days means it is associated with the ball. The ball is associated with his childhood memories. With that ball he has created so many memories. He may have played with the ball with his friends, with his cousin. So many memories may be associated, may be joined with that ball. So the moment the ball went into the harbor, went into the water, so many memories also went along with it. Sweet memories of the boy, of his childhood, also went along with that ball into the water. So he was very upset. Now, I would not intrude on him. Who is this I over here? The poet. The poet was watching all this incident, the ball going into the water and the boy standing looking at the boy very desperately, in a very upset mood. So the poet says that I would not interfere him. I would not interrupt him. Intrude means interfere or interrupt him. A dime, another ball is worthless. A dime is the currency of United States of America. Okay, so which is worthless. Means if the poet does not want to say that don't worry, I may purchase another ball for you, but it is worthless. There is no use of saying that the poet can give another ball, purchase another ball for him. Why? Because the poet wants the boy to learn something. What the poet wants the boy to learn? Now we will see. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. So in this line, the poet wants the boy to learn his first responsibility. The moment the boy lost his ball, he learns his first responsibility. What is his first responsibility? the responsibility to learn the laws, because in this world there will be many things. In a world of possession means in a world of materialistic things. This world consists of materialistic things. So many material things will be associated with you in this life, not only material but also relationships. So you may lose something in while in the journey of life, but the responsibility is to take care of such things. And if by chance you are losing them, you should not be upset, you should not cry over losing such things. Instead, you should learn the responsibility of being happy even after losing something. One must move ahead in life, one must not cry over losing something. So this is the first responsibility the poet wants the boy to learn after losing his ball. People will take balls, balls will be lost always. Little boy. So in this life, many ball will come and many ball will be lost. Here ball does not only mean the ball through which we play. Here ball signifies all the things across which we will come in our life. It may be many things, it may be many relationships, it may be friendship, your so many things. So once you will be in during this journey of life, you will come across many things, and that things will also be lost, because we all know that nothing is permanent in this world. Whatever is there in this world will definitely destroy one day. So we must learn to accept the loss, and no one buys a ball back, and people learn to move ahead. This is the nature of human being, this is the law of this universe, that once we lose something in our life, we don't run after that, we'll accept the loss, we learn to move ahead in life instead of going back and trying to get the lost thing back in our life. We cannot, it's not possible that whatever we have lost, if we'll run after it, if we'll cry, we will get it back. No, it's not possible. So it's human nature that we are created in such a way that we accept the loss. Human being accept the loss and move ahead in life. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. Okay, money is external, means money is there, but money cannot buy everything. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So this boy, he is over, who is this he? He is the boy. What the boy is learning behind his sorrowful eyes? The epistemology of loss. What is epistemology of loss? As you can see here, epistemology of loss means understanding the nature of loss. Okay, we have to accept this psychology of human being, that we have to accept the loss. Okay, so the boy is learning through his sorrowful eyes. When he was losing his ball, he is learning a new thing, that how to accept the loss, how to stand up even after losing up. And this is the nature of human being, that every man one day accept the loss and move ahead in life. He learns how to stand up, he learns how to move ahead instead of crying over the lost thing. Every man, somehow it is his nature to learn that loss will be there, we must accept it and move ahead in our life. With this, the poem ends. Okay. Now we will discuss the literary device used in the poem. As I have already told you, in the third line you can see merrily bouncing down the street. Here merrily bouncing, the ball is happily bouncing. As you all know, the ball cannot show emotions like happiness, so a personification you can say is used here. Now again, anaphora is the second poetic device used in this poem. Anaphora means repetition of a group of words continuously in two or more lines. Here you can say in the first and second line what is continuously used in both the line. What is the boy now? What is he to do? So anaphora is used. You can also say repetition, because in the second line continuously what is used. So again, apart from anaphora, repetition is also a literary device used in this poem. And there is no rhyming scheme in this poem. As you all can see, the poem is do not follow any particular rhyming scheme. Okay, with this the poem ends. Try to understand it.